kids are back in school and I am feeling that new season energy. I mean, can you tell I got my hair done? I thought it would be fitting to share some of my health goals that I have that I want to work on before the end of the year. And to help me achieve these goals, I'm going to use the same strategy that I used that helped me lose over 40 pounds in the last year and a half. Maybe you want to join along with me, or just maybe these will give you some ideas of some health goals that you could also implement in your life. Before I get into my strategy that works, let's go over my goals. My first goal is to be active every day. There's so much research that continues to come out about how important physical activity is to promoting longevity. It helps with cardiovascular health, it reduces inflammation, enhances immune function, improves sleep quality, helps regulate hormones, and builds and maintains healthy bones and muscles. And certain types of activity can help with different things. Obviously, cardio-based activities like walking is good for cardiovascular health, and resistance training is good for building muscles and maintaining strong bones, but so is walking. Balance, flexibility, mobility exercises help support motor function, posture, and your joints. And studies have shown that about 30% of adults over the age of 70 have trouble walking, getting up out of a chair, or climbing stairs. A big culprit for losing these physical abilities as we get older is a loss of muscle mass and strength. Typically, muscle mass and strength steadily increase until you get to about the age of 30 and then start to rapidly decline. Usually it's past the age of 65 in women, it starts to really go down. That's one of the reasons why I've been pressing for higher protein. You need that higher protein to build and maintain your muscle. The New England Centenarian Study published a descriptive case series of 32 super centenarians, revealing that 41% required minimal or no assistance in activities of daily living. And I don't know about you, but I really want to be that little old lady that pushes her own grocery cart in the grocery store and is able to load and unload her groceries without assistance, and she's up on that roof cleaning out her gutters. I mean, I don't even do that now, but that's a goal I have later on in life. Now that you understand the why, let's get back to my health goal. There's 7 facets of physical activity that I want to focus on over the next 3 months. The first is grip strength. It's often used as a marker in older adults since it just gives a good gauge of their overall body strength and ability to fight off infection, which is crazy. So I need to maintain my grip strength in order to hold all of those groceries. Not only solely focusing on grip strength, I also want to improve my physical strength. I want to improve my mobility, especially in my hips, my flexibility, and balance. Mobility is important for overall health because it helps you participate in those activities of daily living, such as bathing and dressing. And if you're less flexible, you're more likely to have muscle strains and tears whenever you lift heavy objects, or even just when you bend down to pick something up. Just increases your likelihood of injury. Being flexible also helps prevent falls, and better balance will help you prevent from falling in the first place. I want to improve my core. I feel like my core is really weak right now, and a strong core is really good for maintaining good posture, and it just helps keep everything stable and helping prevent those falls when you get older. And finally, the last facet when it comes to physical activity is I want to start walking more because it's good for my cardiovascular health, it's good to get outside, get some fresh air, and it's good for my muscle strength and bone density. All of these activity goals, I'm not going to be focusing on every single day. Well, maybe some of them I will, but I'm going to get into my strategy in just a minute. The next health goal I want to work on over the next 3 months is to take my vitamins every single day. Before I started my website and doing YouTube full time, I worked as a pharmacist. I still actually have my license as a pharmacist, I'm just not employed as one anymore. As a pharmacist, I know the importance of medication compliance, meaning that your medications are only going to work when you take them as you're supposed to take them. And sometimes that's a struggle, especially when you're taking multiple supplements, like I do. That's why I really love supplements that contain multiple vitamins and cover multiple needs. For instance, I was able to get rid of taking my daily probiotic because I realized that my multivitamin already had that in there. I've been taking the Gem Bite Daily Multi for several months now. It has over 20 real food vitamins, minerals, superfoods, probiotics, and prebiotics. Since I'm already getting my prebiotics and probiotics in this bite, it was made sense to get rid of the other one that I was taking. Plus, I love that the ingredients in here are whole food sourced because your body absorbs nutrients from food a lot better than it does from synthetic sources. It's a multivitamin made from real foods, and it's all packed in this bite. It has vitamin D sourced from mushrooms and zinc from pumpkin seeds, which I can actually see in here. It even has vitamin K2 sourced from chickpeas, and vitamin K2 is essential for bone health. The combination of my Gem Bite Daily Multi plus my resistance training and walking is really going to ensure that I am promoting my bone density and bone health. It also contains vitamin B complex sourced from germinated quinoa sprouts, prebiotics, probiotics, turmerics, and more, all from real whole food sources. Right now, Gem is offering 50% off of your first month. Go to dailygem.com/ketofocus and use my code KETOFOCUS at checkout to get this exclusive offer. And this is such a good deal and a really good incentive to try it, so don't miss out. Real food gives real results, and I know I'm not getting all the nutrients I need from my diet alone, so that's why I take this guy. My third health goal is to make sure I'm hitting my protein goal of between 100 to 120 grams of protein every day. If I want to maintain and hopefully build muscle, I need to make sure that my body is getting an adequate supply of protein. Remember, as you age, you lose muscle mass more readily, so it's important to make sure that you're getting enough protein. In a 2018 study that followed more than 2,900 seniors over 23 years, researchers found that those who ate the most protein were 30% less likely to be functionally impaired, meaning that you can't walk upstairs, you can't take a bath, than those who ate the least amount of protein. For the past year or so, I've been really focused on increasing my protein. With keto, you're supposed to consume a moderate amount of protein, and some of the keto calculators out there, really, they calculate it out to be hardly any protein that you're taking. It's less than the adequate amount to maintain muscle mass, especially if you lift weights like I do. So that's why I'm not going by those anymore. For my fourth goal, my focus is sleep. Sleep is so important for everything, from cognitive function to maintaining a healthy immune system, even muscle building. I don't want to focus just on sleep quantity, ideally 7 to 8 hours of sleep every night, but also on sleep quality. So I don't want to wake up as much at night. I want to just have a restful sleep. Right now, it's been kind of a struggle to get myself to sleep at night, so this is why I am focusing on this. Next health goal for the rest of the year is to improve my posture. Since quitting my job as a pharmacist where I stood up all day long, I'm now at home, and so when I'm not cooking or cleaning house, I am hunched over in front of a computer or a device. And that's led to really bad posture. And it's starting to cause neck pain and back pain, so I'm gonna do something about it. I mentioned earlier that I have a particular way that I'm going to make changes to achieve these goals. Rather than going cold turkey and implementing everything all at once, because I just know that does not work for me. It might work for a few days, but that many changes all at once really can burn me out, and I just stop everything and don't do anything. Instead, with each goal, I'm going to implement tiny changes, something really manageable that I can add on, and then just slowly stack on tiny little changes, one on top of the other. That's what worked. That helped me lose 40 pounds over the past year and a half, and I just know it's gonna work with these too. So for my activity goal, I'm not gonna start lifting weights every day, plus go on a 30-minute walk, plus do yoga and 100 sit-ups. For the first couple of weeks, my mini goal is just to be active for 10 to 30 minutes a day. Maybe I'll lift some weights, maybe I'll go for a walk, maybe I'll just stretch in front of the TV. As long as I'm doing some sort of activity that's in line with my activity goals of resistance training, flexibility, mobility, balance, walking, I'll be happy. I'm doing this just to get used to the idea of working out every day, because lately I've been really inconsistent. It's just been hit or miss. And I know some days are busier than others. That's why I say just 10 minutes, because 10 minutes is better than nothing. Ideally, I'd like it to be 30 minutes or even an hour, but 10 minutes, if that's all I can give 10 minutes. If I can't give 10 minutes a day to some sort of activity, even if it's just stretching, then man, I have big problems. To help with my daily vitamin goals, I already mentioned the GemBite Daily Multi and how I was gonna pare down some of my other supplements because Gem actually already had some of that in there. But in order to make sure that I'm taking all the supplements that I wanna take, because I do take a lot for adrenal support and hormone balancing, I'm using a pill box. And yes, this giant pill box makes me look geriatric, but all of my pills are divided up for the day. So it's so easy to just pop open a flap and take what I need to rather than digging through my pill cupboard and opening and closing a bunch of bottles. I'm also taking all of my supplements in the morning. I don't spread them out throughout the day because it's a struggle enough to remember to take it in the morning as it is. So adding on, an afternoon dose or an evening dose, we're not there yet. Like I said, baby changes, baby steps. So even on each pill thing, it says morning, noon, and night. I'm actually just adding in daily vitamins to each of them. I'm just treating each square like it's a day. And with this, I'm able to get 21 days of supplements divided out. So it's gonna last me 3 weeks and I don't have to think about it. To help hit my protein goal, I wanna focus on getting enough protein first thing in the morning. There's been some recent research that suggests that eating higher amounts of protein in the morning actually helps control your appetite throughout the day, as well as helps to regulate your hormones better. What I've already started to do that I love is I replaced my coffee creamer with a protein shake. Specifically this caramel one by Premier Protein. I add about a 1/3 cup of this to my coffee, and I'll probably have a couple cups of this coffee in the morning. So maybe I'll drink about half of one of these a day. And then for breakfast, I'll have around 20 to 30 more grams of protein in the form of eggs, sausages, Greek yogurt. You guys have seen some of my breakfasts. If you need more meal ideas, watch some of my high protein videos on my channel. So if I can at least start the morning with 30 to 40 grams of protein in me already, I just feel like it's gonna set me up for success the rest of the day, even if I start to taper off around noon. Usually lunchtime is another meal that I struggle with trying to get protein in. Dinner is always easy because I'm always cooking some sort of meat dish, but lunch is kind of hard, but I'm gonna tackle that probably in the future. Right now with the kids going back to school, I have to wake up at 5:30 every morning, and it's a struggle to get 7 to 8 hours of sleep with that new sleep schedule. So I'm still getting used to it, and I've noticed that it's been really hard for me to fall asleep at night. I'm usually the type of person that can fall asleep instantly as soon as my head hits the pillow, but that has not been the case lately. I feel like my brain is just going a million miles an hour up until midnight. I think it's because I've been on my phone a lot lately right before bed, just endlessly scrolling. So I think my brain gets too stimulated and just goes crazy with all of these ideas and thoughts, and it just won't shut up. So my mini goal over the next few weeks is to not to hit a certain number of hours of sleep or to go to bed at a certain time. It's that I don't want to use my phone past 9 p.m. so that my brain can calm down and hopefully get to sleep as soon as I hit the pillow. To help improve my posture, I have found that there's a couple of devices out there that I want to try. There's a posture bra, which I just ordered, but there's also a device that you can stick on your upper back that's supposed to vibrate when you hunch over or slouch over. So I might try that too, but I want to give the bra a try to see if that works because that just seems like the most sensible option. Until that gets here, there's actually some chest opener exercises that I can do, like even when I'm trying to do my daily movement for the day, I could do these, or I can do these as soon as I'm done sitting after I get out of the chair from being in front of the computer for hours on end. But it's just to do these simple chest exercises like this, or there's one I like to do where you lay on your side and you sweep your arm in a circle behind you. The goal is to touch the floor all the way around. It's really good for mobility as well. So those are my goals and my little changes that I'm gonna focus on in order to get there. I'm gonna check back in with you guys in a few weeks or maybe a month and let you know how it's going and if I'm ready to progress into adding more changes. Until then, check out this video right here if you need to learn about some more high protein meal ideas so that you can hit your protein goal.